Do y'all remember the era when Barack Obama won his presidency for the first time and how absolutely insane it was looking back on that? Like, I remember the night that he won because my mom had stayed up all night to make sure that she heard the results. And then she woke me up and she was screaming in my face. She was like, "We have our first black president." Ah! And I was a kid, so I was looking up like, ah, I didn't really know what that meant, you know? And then people was banging pots and pans, and then they had that hope flyer everywhere in like his specific art style. And then I woke up getting ready for school. I woke up this morning feeling brand new, cause the dream that I've been dreaming is finally come true. And it was like all this Obama music. Like, it was really a specific era. Everybody, it was the closest thing I could imagine in my mind to what it was like when the slaves found out they was free. It was insane. It was really insane. And they was hating on him. They was calling him a monkey. It was really a crazy time in history. Like, I'm happy that I was there to experience it. But looking back, I'm like, wow, that was absolutely insane. It was a specific era.
Miss Obama so much. We had it so good. Was Obama the perfect president? No, not by any means. Each president has had their fault. But Jesus Christ. I grew up with Obama in office, okay? Obama was in office from 2008 to 2016. That's my entire, like, teen life, okay? Y'all ever seen The Crown? You know that moment on one of the first few episodes of season 1 in The Crown after the king dies? And, Winston Churchill is giving his, basically like his speech over the radio. There's a part where he talks about growing up in the August summers of Queen Victoria. And I'm just like, you know what? That's how I feel about Obama right now. It was a beautiful time. I was still able to go back and forth from Mexico. Getting a passport was $25. Gas was like $2.50, maybe $3 sometimes. I'll admit, gas was expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but Lord, everything else wasn't. At that time, ramen was less than 25 cents. I know I said I wanted to grow up, but I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And I know it's too damn bad, but
I don't care what y'all think. This is a trigger for y'all racist motherfuckers. This is going to trigger y'all, what I'm going to say. But to me, Barack Obama was the best president that the United States ever had. And I'll stand on that shit. As much as you'll tell me, oh, he deported people like you more than anybody else, right? Even though I'm Puerto Rican, right? He deported people like us. That's what you stupid motherfuckers say because y'all racist and shit. Because that's what it is. And that's why you say he was the worst president, because he's a black man. So the worst president of the United States is a black guy. You know what I'm saying? That's how racist you motherfuckers are, that you're open about it and be like, no, it's about policies. Oh, and this and this and that. And then you go to fact find, hey, he did a lot better than all you fools, especially better than this fool over here being accused of pedo on Epstein list and all that shit. And you guys are okay with that. No, let's look away. The only reason y'all hated Obama, and I know why. One, that he was black. And one, that he gave rights to the LGBTQ communities, because for you guys say you got a moral compass, but what's going on today, you guys are okay with that. He gave rights to people that deserve to have rights, deserve to love how they want to love, and do the things that they want to do. That doesn't hurt anybody. But you don't like it because you don't want to see it. That's the same way y'all treated people like me and darker than me. You didn't want us here because you didn't want to see us succeed. You didn't want to see us drive better cars. You don't want to see us have better houses. You don't want to see us as presidents of the United States. It's all your hate that fueled this shit, and you're digging up your own graves. And that's why public education is important. If you know why? Because this is where we're at, because y'all stupid as hell. That's why we need to educate our kids so they can at least know what the hell they're doing and what they're talking about. Like that they understand that there's more to this world than what they're limited to. And their own little communities that fuel hate and rage because somebody's angry that somebody's doing better than them and they don't look like them. They're either a different shade. And not all people are like that, thank God. But you know who I'm talking to. And you're probably here angry about what I'm saying. You probably even know me. And if that's you, too damn bad. You should look deep within yourself and look in the mirror and be like, I'm a hateful cunt. I need to be better. But you're not. You're not. Your world is being angry and blaming everybody else for it, even though you've been privileged all your life. But I'll tell you what, if we did run a ballot and they said, oh, presidents can run for more years or something like that, I don't even think Obama would even do it. But if he did, I guarantee he'd sweep the nation. And you guys would be pissed all off all over again. He's doing this. He's ruining this country. He's doing that. Like I said, the best president ever. Way better than this fool. Shit. Prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like that guy. Prove me wrong. Anyway.
There's often a conversation about the restriction or a need to restrict certain executive powers.
Yes.
Okay. I might have asked you this when you were running for president back in the day. Like, is there any power that President Bush has taken that you would say, no, I don't want that power, because it keeps accumulating?
Yeah.
Now that you're no longer in office, what powers do you believe the president should not have?
Well, there are a couple that I followed even though they weren't law. And I want us, we're going to have to do some work to return to this basic norm, and we probably now have to codify it. The White House shouldn't be able to direct the Attorney General to go around prosecuting whoever the president wants prosecuted.
Right, because technically it's under the executive branch,
Technically,
but the norm is that it's independent.
The idea is that the Attorney General is the people's lawyer. It's not the president's consigliere.
Right, even when it's Bobby Kennedy.
It's Bobby Kennedy. And so two of the core principles of a democracy. We can survive a lot. Bad policy, funky elections. There's a bunch of stuff that we can overcome. We can't overcome the politicization of the criminal justice system. The awesome power of the state. You can't have a situation in which whoever's in charge of the government starts using that to go after their political enemies or reward their friends.
Barack Obama could have been the greatest president to ever serve. We could have had the best race relations in American history. He mixed, but in our society, we call him black. Black, his wife black, first black family in the White House. Tear came in my eye when he got elected. But then he goes on to be the most divisive racially president that we've seen. But let's hear what he had to say about Donald Trump and Donald Trump's accomplishments as the president. Roll the clip.
I mean, what was unusual for me was obviously a lot of what I represented, a lot of what Michelle and I had tried to project, the values.
And Michelle Obama said she ain't never felt happy or proud of being American until he became the president. How silly that is. She was educated. She had a life in front of her. She married this man, which on her podcast, she kind of act like he not a big deal. Michelle Obama, nobody would even hear about Michelle Obama. She wasn't married to Barack. But she said she had never been proud to be American until they got elected as president. That lady, she in her 30s or something, had 2 kids. What are you representing to the people? All right, let them finish. Roll it.
Are thinking about America. My successor seemed to represent the opposite.
Right.
Not seemed, did. And so I think there was a lot of anger, a lot of sadness, some fear among a big chunk of the country.
All right, Barack, let's talk about it. When they talk about corruption with President Trump, y'all got to remember that Barack Obama sent pallets of money to Iran in the middle of the night with different currencies to get hostages released. One of the biggest controversial things he did, but because he's Barack Obama, the media never covered it. His Secretary of State, what's her name? Hillary Clinton, was probably one of the most corrupt people to ever live. She sent and received classified documents on a server in her house. Barack Obama got text messages too from her on an unsecured server monitored by a civilian with no security clearance. And she didn't go to jail over that. Benghazi, she's on email threads talking to someone in Benghazi on a personal, business, financial level for herself, while the ambassador to Benghazi, or the ambassador there, literally sent her 600 emails saying that he needed help and reinforcement because they're going to get taken over. She ignored all of them. The Americans got killed, tortured in the middle of the street in Benghazi.
All right. Once again, welcome to the Pan-Africanist channel. We are here to discuss a lot that's happening today in America. And today, the people who are coming out speak this, to admit this truth, they're the MAGA supporters. Every time you see the MAGA supporter, they're the people who are against Trump, who are against Obama regime, who are against Obama's policies. And Obama came out to do some things even out of the policies, out of the law of America. But he used to do some things which he felt like it's going to save the people. It's going to save the life. It's going to make the life of the people better. when people were coming out, when Obama was in power, most of the white Americans, for the second term, they never loved him. They never loved him. They called him a racist. They called him a divisive. They called him a terrorist because they believe that he was supporting the Arab community, like those scandal of Iran, that he had a deal with Iran for the nuclear plant. So many people never cared about, never loved him. Everything that he came out to do, they were against. And today they're coming out to admit this because they have find someone who has proved to them that you hate the better person, but you never admit it. And now today the Americans are suffering. They're crying out. The people who turned out in large number to vote for Trump, the people who come out in large number to ignore Kamala Harris and other people, you are not only supposed to vote for Kamala Harris, but you had another choice. And today, what's happened today, which you are feeling or saying, we never voted for this, we never voted for this. This is not what we expected. You expected this because when you say that you never expected this as a white person, then it means that you voted, but you knew this will happen, but you never expected that it will happen in life. There's some people who spoke a lot about Obama when he was in power. I played a video of Joe Rogan. Go visit the Black History at the blackhistory.k. Go visit and watch those videos. I did a video of Joe Rogan when he slammed Obama during his regime, calling him a racist, a divisive. And he has come recently to admit that Obama was best. He was perfect. He was a best statesman. And today they are missing a normal dude to the state house. They are missing to be normal. They are missing to be okay. They are missing to be comfortable, because the person that today they're having is someone who has put them in a corner. They can't be comfortable. They are missing a lot. They are working, but they can't afford for their basic needs. They're doing a lot of things, but they still can't make for their daily basics. Those people who today are coming out say, oh, Trump, oh, Trump, oh, Trump. I do really believe if today or tomorrow election can be conducted in America, you still vote for him because you are a racist. You are racist. You do things for your own interest. You do things to hurt others. That's why you find yourself creating some damages that you don't know even how it was created. And you find yourself suffering from it. We have a lot to discuss about this, but for now, let me just prepare another episode so I can continue creating space, discussing about it, and know what's happening across Africa, across America, across the world, and we know what it should be done as the black people. I'm talking to the blacks, wherever you are watching me from. Consider subscribing, sharing, so that you can continue knowing what is happening and what is supposed to be done. May be blessed and stay tuned.